little electrolysis on the little cowboy hat ring. It's pretty black. I'm curious to see if it's stamped sterling or not on the inside. I don't see anything stamped in there now. So that's not to say it's not in there and just full of the black crud that silver gets. So we're going to set up the tank with some fresh water and some table salt. I'll get everything set up and then we will give her a cook and see how she comes out. Here we go. Alright, first thing I'm going to do is put a little salt in there. And fill it up with some water. Give that a stir. Spoon found the metal detecting. And what I'm using for my sacrificial piece of iron is just a piece of, mechanics wire that I've bent into like one of those little gizmos you use when you're coloring Easter eggs. But fits right inside this glass. And the little tab hangs off the side like that. And then I don't remember which one is which now. I think the red one goes on here. You'll find out real quick once you plug it in. The item that you are trying to electrolyze will start to bubble. The host piece of metal should not start to bubble. If it does, then you got them backwards. So got everything in there. I use a clothespin to, let's see if I can get this set up better. Just use a little clothespin there to hold it. And then we'll plug it in. Sometimes it happens fast, sometimes it takes a little while. It just kind of depends on how much corrosion's on there. But here we go. Plug it in. Let's see. Looks like I got them backwards. So, okay. Now we got her set up right. So here we go. The ring should start to bubble right away. Sometimes it takes longer than others. I wonder if it's just because it's two pieces. The hat and the ring itself are separate. Starting to bubble now. You actually start to see some of the oxidation leaking into the water. There we go. You see, start to see some of the particles floating around in the water. And this usually takes, well, like I said, it varies depending on how bad the item's oxidized. And you see she's starting to blow it off there real good now. Once you start to see this start to happen, You're getting close. And once, you can leave it in there for a while, a minute or so. Take it out, clean it off, see if you see if it's where you like it. If it's where you like it, then you can just stop there, and if you think it needs some more, put it back in there for a little while longer. Now she's starting to really blow some of the bigger pieces off of there. I just did this once with a Standing Liberty quarter that I found in the river, and put it in there for about 10 seconds, and it blew both sides off in perfect quarter size shapes of black soot that had perfect imprint of the coin on it. Yeah, I just use an old phone charger. It's like 5.9 kilovolts or something like that. So it's a pretty mellow system. It's meant just for doing small items like coins and maybe a ring or something. You aren't going to do a horseshoe or cannonball or anything like that in here, so quite a bit of gunk coming off of there still. Another tip for everyone is you never want to use stainless steel as your host metal. Puts off, I forget, that's carbon, some bad gases that are very harmful and toxic if inhaled. I've always been told to use a piece of iron, so I just use, like I said, I just use metal mechanics wire, tie wire, whatever you want to call it. Comes on a roll 100 feet and it'll last you a lifetime. So alright, I think that's pretty good for now. I'm going to take it out, clean it up a little bit here, and we'll see where we're at. Okay. Got a bowl, add some water in it. Alright, we're going to clip it. It smells of rotten eggs, kind of sulfury. The more and more you rub it, cleaner and cleaner it's coming, but it'll take a little bit of work. I might need to put it back in there for you can see it's coming off now. Could probably even grab a small brush here. Probably wouldn't hurt to. Anything that was loose is going to help to come off. Hopefully nothing. Some ring comes off. You see all the scum in the water though. It's looking better. Yeah, I'll put it back in there for a couple more minutes and try and polish it up a bit more. Alright, try it again. Turn the camera. Put her back in, let her cook a little more. had it out, I cleaned it up a little bit, and I don't see a sterling mark in there just yet, but there's still quite a bit of crud on the inside of the ring on the bottom, where I'm assuming the stamp will be if there is one. Found quite a few silver rings in these old swimming holes that aren't stamped, but you know that they're silver. But I always like to see the stamp. But by the way this one smells, I'm almost positive this one's silver. Alright, I'll let her cook a little bit longer and we'll try her again. Alright, I let her cook for another minute or so. Now I'm hitting it with a little bit of Mother's polishing wax, so whatever you want to call it. Just dab a little bit of it on there and start to rub in. It was a really dull gray. I'm not sure, without actually polishing it with the wheel or something, if it's actually going to shine or not, but it's definitely coming clean. It's starting to get that color you like to see. It's going to be hard to get into some of these little cracks and crevices and stuff in here. Or the Q-tip, shredding the little Q-tip thing here. That's right. Hope I'm getting this on the film here. Doing it on my phone backwards, so I really can't see what I'm doing. Alright. I'm hoping this will actually be in American Digger magazine, in the Just Dug section. I submitted a picture and a little description, so if you got a subscription to American Digger, keep an eye out. Now they haven't, I submitted pictures of it, like it's Just Dug, so they haven't seen it just cleaned like you guys are going to, so. Alright, looking more and more like silver. There's not a stamp in it anywhere. I've looked at it with the jeweler's loop and zoomed in with the phone real good. There's nothing in there, so just no stamp, but you know it's silver here. Alright, I'll get her cleaned up, a little more presentable, and then I'll turn the camera back on. Alright, here it is. As far as I'm going to go with it. cleaned up pretty good. Like I said, there's no stamp in there anywhere. I even looked down inside the hole inside the hat. No stamps that I'm seeing. But there it is. Electrolysis on a vintage sterling silver ring that came out of the water. Thanks for watching.